Good afternoon. And on behalf of the KCC Board of Trustees, welcome to our campus and to this exciting event. I'm Dr. David Nays, the Vice President for Academic Affairs here at KCC. We have a long list of we're excited by having a long list of special guests here, and I want to recognize each and every one of them. First, I'd like to introduce the KCC Board of Trustees members. Patrick Martin, Chairman from Manteno. Bradley Hovey, Vice Chairman from Bourbonnais. Todd Whitholm, Secretary from Clifton. Kathy Boykin from Bourbonnais. Richard Fry from St. Anne. William Orr from Reddick. And Daisy Solorzano, Student Trustee from Watseka. We'd also like to recognize the rest of our program party. Steve DiPasquale, KCC Faculty Union President. Dr. Vicki Gardner, KCC Vice President for Finance and Administration. Dr. Jose Da Silva, KCC Vice President for Student Affairs. Dr. Lynette Stokes, President, South Suburban College. Maureen Powell, Site Head of Communications for CSL Behring. Phil Cambick, CEO of Riverside Medical Center. We'd also like to recognize the Trustee Emeriti, Betty Mentz, Trustee Emeritus from Watseka, and Hugh Van Voorst, Trustee Emeritus from Union Hill. We're also excited to have a number of other college presidents in attendance with us here today. Heartland Community College President, Dr. Keith Corneal. Danville Area Community College President, Dr. Stephen Nacko. Spoon River College President, Dr. Curtis Oldfield. Malcolm X College President, Dr. David Sanders. Ferry State College President, Dr. Terry Winfrey. Executive Vice President and CFO from Olivet Nazarene University representing Dr. Bowling's office, Dr. David Pickering. And Special Assistant to the President from Triton College, Brenda Jones-Watkins. Also, if you are a KCC Foundation board member, please rise and be recognized. We also have a long list of elected officials we're excited to have with us today. Tom Bennett, representative for the 106th District. Illinois Supreme Court Justice Thomas Kilbride. Jake Lee, Kankakee County Auditor. Tim Nugent, Mayor of Manteno. Paul Shore, Mayor of Bourbonnais. Chastity Wells Armstrong, Mayor of Kankakee. And Lindsay Parkhurst, Representative for the 79th District. Judge Ronald Gertz. Judge Amani Drew. Former State Representative Lisa Dugan. Kankakee County Board Member Jackie Haas. Kankakee County Board Member Steve Lear. Judge Tom Cunnington. State's Attorney Jim Rowe. Lori Gladboy, Kankakee County Recorder. We'd also like to acknowledge the bands today. Band director Dan Tripp and the Manteno High School Concert Band is providing music for the ceremony today. The Manteno High School Jazz Studio Orchestra is playing for us at the reception. Thank you for the beautiful music today. And now I'd like to turn things over to KCC Board Chair Pat Martin.
Well, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for being here. My name is Pat Martin. As chairman of the board of Kankakee County College, Community College, welcome to you on this exciting day of celebration. Change is in the air, and it truly is time for a new beginning. For many of us, change isn't always a comfortable thing. When Dr. John Avendano announced his retirement and the board knew the college's leadership was shifting, we wondered how it would impact programs, partnerships, and most importantly, our students. So we went to work to find our next president. We knew what we wanted: someone to inspire faculty, staff, and students to share a common vision and a commitment to student success and collaboration. An energetic, approachable leader who could communicate well. Someone who could build strong working relationships with the board, KCC employees, and stakeholders. A person with strong leadership skills. A reputation for integrity, honesty, and trust. A person committed to expanding partnerships with all segments of education, the community, businesses, legislators, and governmental agencies. And someone who demonstrated support for the local economic development and workforce training. We didn't have to look far. Dr. Boyd, you more than met our expectations. Where are you? There you are. Good. But the candidate pool was a competitive one. We conducted a national search, reviewed more than 20 applicants, interviewed 7 of them. Dr. Boyd was among them. And in the end, it confirmed we had a well-qualified candidate right here with us. Dr. Boyd, you knew our community. As KCC's Chief Academic Officer, you had already been working to build partnerships and support economic development. We knew you were committed to academics and to students. The quality of your work was evident. As a board, we appreciated your communication style, sense of humor, and approach to the work. We knew you were the right fit. More than that, we're confident in the college's future, our new beginning with you as president. Dr. Boyd, you have an exciting road ahead, and it's been paved with a legacy because of the work of 6 presidents who came before you. KCC is an economic engine. KCC creates economic benefits to families for generations. KCC prepares students to transfer to 4 universities or for careers. KCC develops academic programs that meet our employer needs. KCC builds custom workforce training for business and industry. And KCC generates millions of dollars to local sales and wages annually. We know this challenging time in higher education, KCC, like many colleges across the nation, are grappling with affordability, diminishing state support, and lower enrollment. Our students are facing challenges too that can keep them from completing their degrees and certificates. Family commitments, technology, and transportation for sure, and even issues like inclusion and basic needs like hunger. But Dr. Boyd, with planning and commitment to student success, we can make a difference at KCC. Businesses around us are expanding and growing, bringing a sense of excitement to our communities and hope for the future. KCC is poised to grow too. Our faculty, staff, and students are ready. Because this truly is time for new beginnings, it will be a pleasure to watch that new growth emerge under your leadership. You have the board's full support, and we encourage you to move forward with your vision and take us to the next era. Welcome to the presidency, Dr. Boyd.
Good afternoon. Thank you all for making the time to be here with us today. My name is Daisy Solorzano, and I'm a sophomore here at Kankakee Community College. I'm studying to receive an associate's in liberal arts and then plan to transfer to the University of Chicago to complete a bachelor's in political science. An important role I have is being the student trustee here at KCC. As the student trustee, I'm responsible for keeping the Board of Trustees informed on student activities, comments, and concerns. It's my honor to represent the student body. Dr. Boyd, on behalf of all of our students, welcome to the KCC family as president. Your character, commitment to excellence, devotion to education will represent the college, its students, and alumni very well. We send well wishes to you as you begin your presidency. Our students are excited for their futures and for the future of KCC. Many of my friends and peers feel the new vibe on campus that comes with a leadership change like this one. We are energized by it, and as a result, we feel hopeful to write our future stories. Like you said, KCC is the place for new beginnings. Dreaming about what's ahead, writing our future stories is essential to that beginning. I, like so many KCC students, came to this campus with hope for the future. It is a place to dream big, study hard, and start new. When I dream big, I think about my future success and my family, especially my parents. Because of my parents' sacrifices and hard work, along with coming into a country for their own new beginnings, I was able to have the opportunity to even consider college after high school. And for that, I'm forever grateful. Now here I am with a semester and a half left before graduating KCC. As I reflect on my time here, I will always remember the drive and passion I felt to reach my goals. KCC's faculty and staff are dedicated to my success and to the success of all students. And I feel the same commitment from you, Dr. Boyd. Because of your leadership, we know that you will be an amazing asset for our students, staff, and community here at Kankakee Community College. Welcome and best wishes from the student body.
Good afternoon. Sorry, mid-semester laryngitis. My name is Steve DiPasquale. I am a professor of history here at Kankakee Community College, and I also serve as the elected president of KCC's Faculty Association. Speaking on behalf of KCC's faculty, I want to express our gratitude to the members of the board for the trust they have shown in us to deliver the highest quality of instruction, and we appreciate the support you provide, support which helps us maintain the highest of standards in the academic programs we offer. And Dr. Boyd, I'll assure you as well that I speak on behalf of KCC's faculty when I extend this congratulations. We are excited about our future as a college because we know that you are a fellow academic and you understand the challenges that we face in the classroom. It's our past experience working with you which gives us assurance that you can help this college move to even higher levels of excellence and innovations. It's not just a congratulatory message that I share with you. The Faculty Association also offers you a challenge. We challenge you to always adhere to KCC's core value of integrity and remain unwavering in your commitment to uphold and maintain the highest expectations for academic rigor and quality of instruction. As we processed into this room today, you noted that I carried, as I led the faculty of the ceremony, and now you see it placed here, a mace. Dating back as far as the 11th century, and likely much longer than that, the mace has been a symbol of integrity and scholarship, and a reminder of the authoritative role that faculty play as guardians of instruction and our academic disciplines. KCC's student success, in large part, because this college's faculty hold them to high standards. Dr. Boyd, Kankakee Community College makes a commitment now, as we have done in the past, to continue delivering the highest quality instruction and we challenge you to support us in upholding the rigorous standards we have set for our students' performance. Once again, congratulations, and know that the KCC Faculty Association supports you as our college president.
Good afternoon. I'm Phil Kambick, President and CEO of Riverside Medical Center, and it's a pleasure to be here to welcome Dr. Boyd to his role as KCC President. KCC and Riverside have always had a strong relationship. We are partners in workforce training and work closely with KCC's Health Careers programs to guide curriculum, provide clinical experiences, and most importantly, hire KCC graduates. Together, we have built education and training solutions that have enhanced workforce intelligence at Riverside. Together, we have educated and hired college graduates who are well prepared for careers in healthcare. And together, we have enhanced the quality of life for many of our area residents through education, training, and employment. But healthcare isn't the only sector that has benefited from partnership with KCC. Companies like Nucor Steel, CSL Bearing, Plockmans, Van Drunen Farms, the Workforce Investment Board, and the Illinois Department of Transportation also work closely with the college. I'm sure there are even more partners that I'm forgetting to mention. Dr. Boyd, on behalf of business and industry and fellow CEOs, I'm here to say welcome to the group as a decision maker, influencer, and servant leader. Your strong reputation precedes you, and we know you'll do well as president of KCC. New beginnings. It's been mentioned a lot today, but it is a time to look ahead to the future. I think about the challenges, or rather the opportunities, we face as a region. You and KCC will play a vital role in those opportunities. As a community college, KCC is all things to all people. It's noble, the way KCC makes education accessible to everyone. I know it's a tough balancing act, but our community is stronger because of its 14,000 plus KCC graduates that work and reside here. We know that community college grads earn almost $1 million more over their lifetime than someone with only a high school diploma. Think about that, $1 million more. That seems to be a pretty good return on investment from my viewpoint. Education elevates, and when parents earn a degree, it can have an impact on their family for generations to come. It's a new beginning. I speak from experience when I say education matters. I'm the youngest of 9 children and the only one that went on to graduate from college. Today, I am CEO of the largest employer in the county. That would not have been possible without education. Dr. Boyd, my advice to you from one leader to another is first, hold true to KCC's mission and values. Second, embrace and engage the community. And lastly, don't be afraid to ask for help. We are here for you. On behalf of business and industry in our community, I offer our sincere best wishes to you in your new role. We welcome you and look forward to continuing to work together to provide opportunities for area students and residents.
Good afternoon. My name is Maureen Powell. I'm the site head of communication at CSL Bearing. As a proud alumna and last year's KCC Distinguished Alumni Award winner, I'm honored to welcome Dr. Michael Boyd's leadership to the college. On behalf of KCC alumni, I can tell you that our lives were forever changed by our time here. We put our KCC education into practice to innovate, to lead, and to improve the world around us. Dr. Boyd, this is the place for you to do the same as the 7th president of Kankakee Community College. I've worked closely with the KCC Foundation Board over the past few years. and I've seen how committed our community is to supporting students through scholarships, for books, even a simple meal. Faculty and staff look out for students, and students look out for each other. Engagement like that is possible because of support from senior leadership. Many students come here looking for a new beginning. I was one of them. Because of the start I got at KCC, I'm able to have a job I love and able to give back in ways I never thought possible. My hope for the future is that KCC continues to thrive, to serve our community, and to put students first. Dr. Boyd, I believe you're the right person for the work ahead. On behalf of KCC alumni everywhere, best wishes on your new beginning.
This is a little challenging. Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me? Because you probably can't see me, but that's okay. Dr. Michael Boyd, first, let me offer my sincere congratulations on the inauguration today and your formal appointment as Kankakee Community College's 7th president. I am so proud to have been a witness to your leadership and growth over the years, and even more important, to have worked alongside you as one of the chief academic officers and on the groups for both ICCB and SHMEC, and for those who don't know, that's the South Metropolitan Higher Education Consortium. In doing so, I've had the pleasure of witnessing firsthand your exceptional leadership skills as a dynamic and knowledgeable presenter, as a passionate advocate for engaging in continuous quality improvement and assessment practices that lead to successful outcomes for students, and lastly, channeling that same passion in such a way that garners full buy-in from faculty, staff, and administration. You are always gracious, respectful, and truly a hands-on deck transformational leader. I am so blessed and honored to know you, and I wish you the best during your next chapter here at Kankakee Community College. Although we're starting this journey together, as I was appointed president of South Suburban College in October of 2018, please know that I will be available to you to support you in any way that I can, and you know that I will. This is truly a great moment in your life from both a professional and personal standpoint. Do not minimize what you have accomplished, nor minimize the knowledge and the unending possibilities for growth and innovation you now have the opportunity to influence. Appreciate your accomplishments and remember, you did not get here alone. I'm confident that your Board of Trustees, faculty, staff, administration, peers, friends, and family will remain an ongoing support in this new level of professional attainment. One of our many responsibilities as president is to empower students to take ownership of their education. Other responsibilities will include creating a climate in which challenging opportunities eventually become remarkable successes. Now, as I have recently celebrated my one-year anniversary as president of South Suburban College earlier this year, let me tell you, the path of the president is not an easy one. Have no illusions that the work is going to be easy. Being a transformational leader requires courage, discipline, hard work, and sacrifices. I stand here today unapologetically proclaiming I have the utmost confidence in you. Dr. Boyd, may your presidency be inspirational and successful as you carry out Kankakee Community College's mission. I have no doubt you will approach the challenges and the opportunities with passion and foresight. 3 years ago, I told you that I saw this day in your future, and I am so thankful for this honor to be here with you today to see it come true. I am grateful for all the experiences we have shared, and I look forward to sharing many more as we collaborate in our new roles. Kankakee Community College family, members of your Board of Trustees, you have made an excellent choice. On behalf of South Suburban College, please accept our congratulations and best wishes on a promising future. And thank you for allowing me to be a part of history today. Congratulations.
Dr. Michael Boyd was named president earlier this year after joining KCC staff in 2014 as vice president for instructional and student success, the college's chief academic officer. Dr. Boyd is firmly committed to community service, and he's engaged with a number of efforts. He has served as peer reviewer for the Higher Learning Commission, chairperson of the Manteno Chamber of Commerce, president of the Illinois Council of Chief Academic Officers, and president of the Illinois Council of Community College Administrators. It is my honor to induct him as Kankakee Community College's 7th president. Dr. Boyd, will you join me at the podium? Please. That's it. Dr. Boyd, the President's Medallion conferred upon you today is a symbol of the mission, vision, and values of Kankakee Community College. As you wear this at commencement, let it be a reminder of the trust that our board has in you and your leadership. Congratulations.
Well, thank you so much. Thank everyone for being here. And thank you for those wonderful words. My family's sitting right down here in the front, and they're trying to figure out who you were talking about. But I do appreciate it. And most of all, I want to thank our Board of Trustees for the service to this community, to the students of Kankakee Community College, for placing your confidence in me and my wife, Maureen, to lead this college into our new beginnings. I know that you were recognized individually earlier, but because of this deep level of commitment that you've made, I want to recognize your service once again. Please. And of course, our trustee emeritus, Ms. Betty Mintz, couldn't be with us today, but we need to recognize her as well. And Mr. Van Voorst, trustee emeritus, what an honor it is for you to be here with us today as well. So it's never my first choice to begin a speech with a quote, but I'm going to part with that custom today and do just that. You should know before I read it that I've taken some liberties with the language. Specifically, I've changed the use of pronouns to be a bit more inclusive, and I don't apologize for doing so. Here's the quote. Students should be in a field that they enjoy. If it is not to their liking, it will soon become drudgery, and they will not put forth best efforts. Work is a natural thing and should give satisfaction to the worker. Many types of work are needed to sustain and improve the system, which is our way of life. By providing education and training in appropriate fields, we permit each individual to contribute his or her best effort to maintaining our economy, and at the same time to realize their own ambitions while building a better America. These words were written in a letter dated March 30 of 1971, and they were written by a person whose name some of you may find familiar, John Rooney, one of KCC's original trustees. And Mr. Rooney's letter was addressed at the Kankakee Federation of Labor, AFL-CIO. And I suspect you can already surmise why I feel it necessary to reflect upon that quote today, 48 years after it was written. Can you, like me, hear in those words a strong focus on students? A focus on the many types of work needed to sustain our local economy and way of life. A focus on helping students find a career pathway, and more specifically, a career pathway which leads to meaningful, satisfying work and a family-sustaining income. I hope you can. But I also hope that, like me, you hear in those words a very ambitious and lofty understanding of what a community college education can do, not only for an individual student, but for an entire community. Rooney made an audacious claim that KCC makes it possible for students not only to realize their own ambitions, but to build a better America. And as ambitious and audacious as that may seem, I hear the same sentiment, even today at KCC, when we talk about our mission statement, enhancing quality of life through learning. John Rooney's vision, written so eloquently in that letter to our friends at the Federation of Labor, has stuck with us all these years. John Rooney was a member of the very first elected Board of Trustees of what was then called Kankakee Area Junior College. It was Mr. Rooney, Kenneth Seebach, Mary Frazier, Kenneth Weiser, James Geist, and Merlin Carlock, all led by our first board chairperson, Ralph Francis, a person whose friends and colleagues referred to as Mr. Junior College. These 7 leaders and many others had spent the previous 5 to 6 years working diligently to obtain community support for the establishment of a community college in this region. Their efforts were successful, and the first election, a special election, on December 3rd, 1966, garnered 50 candidates for the 7 seats. After canvassing the returns on that election just a few days later, on December 5th, Rule Hall, Superintendent of Schools of Kankakee County, declared the Kankakee Area Junior College District Number 520, Kankakee, Grundy, Will, Livingston, Ford, and Iroquois counties duly organized and established. And the efforts to develop community support and consensus for a community college weren't strenuous enough. The work of this group of 7 community leaders and others would undertake in the coming years was far more arduous. Here at the college, we preserved so much of our history. Some of this history is written into our Board of Trustees meeting minutes. Much is written into our annual academic catalogs and formal letters like the one that John Rooney penned to the Federation of Labor. But some of the most insightful and interesting stories come from a series of oral histories recorded by professors like Carl Haas and Dr. Jim Paul and their students. Some of them relate colorful memories, like Mary Frazier's account of the chartered airplane trip that she and others took on a windy day to Bloomington to survey the prototypes of the Becker buildings that would later become our West Campus. Buildings which, by the way, as you know, are still there and fully in use. Mary recalls the bravado that her colleagues like Ralph and John and Merlin expressed about flying in dangerously windy conditions and their stubborn refusal to reschedule the trip. And she also reminds us how different their demeanor was when they were up in the air, wondering if they'd ever land safely. And while she chose to leave out specific details, perhaps a bit more of the lurid details of that harrowing journey, she does make it clear that no one was able to eat lunch that day. Stories also tell of Peg Reeves and how instrumental that she was in establishing the Faculty Association. I know that Professor DePasquale will agree with me when I say how important the association has been to establishing the highest of expectations for academic quality and rigor, and that's a legacy that lives on to this day. And Professor DePasquale, be assured that in your comments I heard our faculty's challenge loudly and clearly, and I accept it wholeheartedly. So many of these stories recount the early attempts at KCC to utilize an audio tutorial method of instruction. And indeed, so many of our own alumni, many of you in the room here today, have shared those stories with me in recent years. about this early and brave attempt to be innovative and creative in our approach to teaching and learning, and that's part of our history. But it's also a testament to our institution's ability to learn, to develop, and to change our practice when we know that improvement is necessary. In these histories, our earliest leaders speak in candid terms about the problems they faced in creating a college out of nothing. Changes like lack of funding, enrollment concerns, building and maintaining physical structures to support teaching and learning. So to all of my colleagues, all of us who are employees at KCC, I ask the question, sound familiar? These challenges, crises, have been a part of our history from the very beginning. And those founding leaders overcame every one of them, just as we have done in more recent years, just as we'll need to do in the coming years. One of these historical crises was a challenge to the very existence, not only of Kankakee Area Junior College, but to the entire state system of community colleges. It was a direct challenge to the constitutionality of the Junior College Act of 1965. And because I have you all in the room, I can't help but stop for a minute and share a few of these details because I think it will help us to remember how visionary, how forward-thinking, how bold this college's early leaders were. The story actually begins in a small town in western Illinois called Roseville, where a community college called Carl Sandburg was also in its early stages of planning and development. In Roseville, a group called the Warren County Objectors organized with the sole intent of disconnecting a substantial area of the region from the community college district, and they promptly filed suit against Carl Sandburg College. Word of this challenge spread throughout the state, and it must have been here at KCC where visionary leaders realized what was truly at stake. At stake in what appeared to be a minor conflict in a distant rural county. Ralph Francis and the other board members, supported and advised by Don Ziglis, the board's legal counsel, leaped into action and pursued a quo warranto suit. Now, if I'm truly honest with you, it's at this point in my research and the story that I stopped and I had to beg my very good friends, Dr. Chris Condon, who's here, and Justice Thomas Kilbride, who couldn't be with us here today, what was a quo warranto suit? And I'm not sure I'm entirely confident in explaining it here today, so if you need the complete lesson, I'll beg you to find Dr. Condon when we're done here. But we'll leave it at this. KCC's leadership they volunteered to pursue this case because they knew how important it really was. Our early leaders here at KCC knew that at the core of the conflict between the Warren County Objectors and Carl Sandburg College was the very constitutionality of the Illinois Junior College Act. If the objectors' suit was successful, it would lead to the dissolution of all the community colleges which were emerging in Illinois. And these efforts, thanks to brave and visionary board of trustees and excellent legal counsel, were successful. On July 3rd, 1968, the Supreme Court of Illinois filed People v. Francis. That's Ralph Francis, KCC's very first board chair, by the way, and affirmed the judgment of the Circuit Court of Kankakee County. The Junior College Act was constitutional. Don Ziglis, Ralph Francis, those other board members had successfully preempted and thwarted the efforts of the Warren County Objectors on behalf of the entire state. All 39 colleges, all 39 districts, all 48 community colleges. I don't think it's an exaggeration to say that KCC saved community colleges in Illinois. And this may be a good time to thank my colleagues, some of the other presidents from those colleges. Can you all be recognized one more time, please? And you're welcome. But seriously, thank you for being here, and thank you for all that you do to support the students in the regions that you serve. Kankakee Community College's history is a rich one indeed, and we should be proud of it. We should be even more proud of how so many leaders have responded to the vision of those first 7 people. First, by fighting fiercely to defend that vision, and later by supporting, sustaining, improving the college each and every year. I can't list all of them today, but think of our trustees emeriti, Betty Mentz and Hugh Van Voorst, establishing a legacy which is now stewarded by Chairperson Pat Martin, Vice Chair Brad Hovey, Secretary Todd Widholm, trustees Jerry Hoekstra, Kathy Boykin, Bill Orr, Richard Fry. But our history, the many stories that make up our history, are about more than 7 presidents or 7 trustees. Our history emerges from the amazing work done each and every day by the many faculty and staff whose interactions with thousands upon thousands of students is how we truly accomplish our mission of enhancing quality of life through learning. It's our faculty and staff. And these histories we've preserved, they also note the overwhelming support of this community as it rallied around the ambitious concept, the audacious idea of founding a community college and building it right here on the banks of the Kankakee River. I can hear that community voice in the words of what I can't help but think was a key moment in the public debate and a prime mover for our community's decision to support a referendum to establish a college. The words I'm referencing come from the pages of the Kankakee Daily Journal on September 16th of 1966. The author of that day's page of opinion argued in support of this community college, noting the, quote, demands for skilled labor. Again, sound familiar? The author also wrote this: if we're to grow and progress in the Kankakee area at the same rate as other communities, we need more advanced local educational facilities, and we must offer them to everyone. This the junior college can do. And the author goes on to say this in even more clear terms: thousands of us in the Kankakee area, if we spend just a moment in practical thought, will find reasons why each of us, directly or indirectly, benefit from the proposed college. That was over 50 years ago. But I think that you'll agree with me that those words, the sentiments they convey, remain as true as ever. As it was then, the Daily Journal remains a strong advocate for the college and also a voice of the community that has lent its support to KCC for over a half century. Sally Hendren, thank you so much. I know you're here. We're going to recognize you if you could put your hand up. Thank you for your support. And today, as we reflect upon the realized visions our founders created a half century ago, portions of this institution, which they built from nothing, are beginning to crumble back into this beautiful plot of earth on what is surely one of America's grandest waterways. Now the responsibility of stewarding this vision into a new era falls to us. In just a few weeks, in mid-December, we will begin renovating the very building, the very room in which you're seated or standing right now. Not just preserving it, we will be recreating this Harold and Jean Miner Memorial Library into a dynamic, modern, technology-rich center of student life. We placed renderings of the project on display at our reception just outside of the Hamas Cafe when we're finished here, and I hope you'll take some time to view what we have in store. And please know, we'll have more work to do after this to preserve other important parts of our college. We'll also be focused on making improvements to our programs, aligning them even more closely with regional workforce needs, and emphasizing work-based learning, apprenticeships, internships. We'll be introducing new academic programs to meet the needs of what has become fast-paced economic development in our region. Recently, we've added programming in process technology and hospitality operations, and we continue to explore exciting areas related to computer science. We'll be expanding opportunities for students to engage in student life, new clubs, new teams, re-envision spaces where students can make friends and learn together. And we're already hard at work attending to equity gaps and success outcomes with renewed focus on appreciating diversity and demanding inclusion. We know that our students will benefit from better mentoring programs facilitated in the Center for Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion, and we prioritize this work. I recently heard my new friend, Dr. Jim Reed, Executive Director of the Illinois Community College Trustees Association, offer a talk about the role of the community college. Dr. Jim Reed, can you wave your hand so we can recognize you? Thank you for being here. In his talk, Dr. Reed offered a powerful insight. The insight he gave us was that it's the community college as an institution which is most capable of ensuring that no student's dream is ever deferred. Dr. Reed, not only do we read the same poetry, but we share the same understanding of the power of a community college. Every one of us here at KCC knows the responsibility that we have, not just to enable success in career pathways, but to do so in a way that is fair and in a way that is just. These will be our challenges, and they're significant challenges. So I ask you, our community, now, at this time of our new beginning, to always be a champion for your community college, to sustain a dream that was shared with us over 50 years ago. We've experienced strong, functional leadership in our recent past, and this has resulted in significant momentum for us here at Kankakee Community College, and now we must build on this success, confront our challenges, execute plans decisively if we're to achieve even higher levels of excellence and innovation. It's my honor to serve as KCC's 7th president. Thank you, trustees, for showing confidence in me to lead an organization which means so much to the community that it serves. And please know that my focus, every bit of my professional attention, will be aimed at enabling student success by supporting the faculty, staff, and administrators of Kankakee Community College. These are the people who are doing the most important work, the hard work, to ensure that this college achieves those ambitious goals, which are the foundation of a rich college history. And I ask you, the community that we serve, to lend your support to us. As we continue to do the hard work that helps our students transfer into baccalaureate programs at other colleges and universities, or discover career pathways right here, and earn KCC degrees and certificates, credentials that lead to family-sustaining careers. We can't do this work without the support of a community like you. And it's now time for us as a community and a college to dream into reality KCC's future story. And every day, we start writing a new chapter. We need your words, your ideas, your support, your encouragement, and your advocacy to ensure that this vision thrives and always reflects mightily in this Kankakee River. Thank you.